Hello, Flosstube. I know, y'all have missed me. It's been a while. So I technically have only missed one scheduled recording. I know it wasn't even because it was scheduled. It was work. I hadn't done any stitching. I didn't have any haul. So it would have been an update. And this is a Flosstube channel. So I feel like there has to be some floss in it somewhere. So I'm here. Uh, as Here, let me do my welcome. Welcome. My name is Texas Bob 88. This is a Flosstube channel. Yes, for cross stitch. For those of you who don't know what Flosstube is, it's for cross stitch. I'm a boy. Yeah, I'm a boy, and I cross stitch, and it's fun, and it's awesome, and I live in Texas, so Texas Bob 88 is my name. Don't wear it out, yo. Hi, Michelle. Bendy Stitching. I miss you. I miss you too, Gidge. Like, I haven't watched Flosstube. I haven't done a Flosstube. It's just been awful. It's been horrible. But the good news is the new job is going swimmingly well. I have now completed orientation, which is a week long. I've also completed my first week of on-the-job training. I have my second week of on-the-job training. And after that, my boss gets to ask my trainee, how do you think he did? And, at this point, I'm feeling pretty secure that my trainer is going to be like, he did great. He can totally be on his own. And then I get to do the night switch because I was hired for nights. So I will be making that transition at some point. Super fun, super exciting, not really, but I'm here for it. So I will get paid $1 more an hour for switching over to nights, so I'm looking forward to that. And nights are apparently not as busy as days are, and days are fairly busy, so I guess I'll have more chair time. Cross Stitch does not get to go to work with me because I work in a secure location with security, and so I'm not allowed to take sharp objects into work. I'm really not going to mention more than that because it's a security risk. So if y'all have watched previous videos, I mention it in passing, and I actually mentioned more of it than I wanted to, but go watch past videos. I'm not going to reiterate on it, but just realize I'm in a secure building. So I do have to go through security, and there is, like the other day, I couldn't take my umbrella in. I live in Houston, y'all. It rains regularly, and they're like, you can't take your umbrella in here. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to stay dry? I have to walk 4 blocks to get to the building. So it was a freebie umbrella, so I wasn't too worried about it, but that just means that I'm not going to be going to buy a nice, expensive umbrella because they'll take it from me. Luckily, I do have a raincoat. I'm thinking about buying another one because you can never have too many raincoats in Houston, so doing something like that. So I'm going to switch over to cross stitch real quick, and then I'll go back to life updates because I got a lot more to tell y'all. But I know that there are some people out there who are like, we want stitching now. So I'm going to do some stitching. I don't know how much editing I'm going to do, so I don't know if I'm going to post like past pictures of what I've worked on. And everything's behind the camera, so I'm going to reach around y'all to get stuff. I'm sorry, you're about to get real up close and personal. I'm sure you're going to see my nose hairs. But sorry, y'all. Titties in your face, I know. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. I don't think I've actually worked on this anymore. This is the Unicorn by Teresa Winsler. I think it's in the exact same place that y'all saw it. I mean, I haven't even taken it out of the hoop, and I know everybody's gasping and clutching their pearls because it's so bad for your project. But honestly, I don't see very much, like, movement of the stitches or stretching of the fabric. It's linen, so everything seems fine. Looks good. Getting great quality on this picture today. Apparently, my camera prefers natural light, y'all. So, project bag. Y'all remember this project bag, and sorry about the tapping. I did work on Plus Ultra. That was the project that I worked on this week. Just because it's simple, there aren't a lot of color changes, and even then, I didn't get very much done. Like, not even gonna lie, I did like 3 rows. And so I just started stitching, not looking at the pattern that I was working on, and y'all know how well that goes. So, like, I stitched all the way across, and I stitched probably like 2 more rows down, and then realized that I was stitching all the way across when I wasn't supposed to because there was some black that I need to fill out for the definition in the hair. Look this way, look this way. Um, so I had to rip out all of the stitches, and it's DMC thread, so at some point I was trying to conserve thread because, I'm broke, and at that point in my life where it's like, conserve the thread. And then, of course, it got to the point where the thread was so long that I went to go pull it, and, like, the thread just came apart. It wasn't even like it broke. It, like, the fibers just separated. And it was like, oh, okay, well, so I can just cut that now. And then finally got back to where I had started, and got some new thread, and went to town, and this time actually paid attention to the pattern. So, and that's really it on this, on like actual stitching. Now I do have some haul, and this haul is thanks to my Aunt Mary, who supports me financially for the time being, and she's going to be compensated handsomely for it. So, one of these patterns, so I got 2 patterns. The store that I went to, it was an actual LNS, y'all. I set foot in an LNS. I was so excited. For those of you who are new to the stitching community and y'all don't know what that is, it's a local needle store, a local needle shop. It's basically a brick and mortar store. And this store was actually recommended by a viewer. It's called 3 Stitches. It's all the way on the north side of Houston, in Spring. And they suggested this store and another store. I did not go to the other store. This one had the better Google reviews, so I went to this one. It's a cute little shop. It's right next to a bar. It's off of Louetta in Spring in the Houston area, for those of you who are local. Super cute. It's a small store, so it was packed, and there were like maybe 4 people walking around the store, and it seemed a little crowded. They had a great thread selection. Like, can't wait until I get my first paycheck. Then I may have to make a special trip up there on my day off to go buy some thread, because the classic colorwork collection was there, y'all. They had dinky dyes, classic colorworks, a whole bunch of other stuff. And most of the stores that I had been in recently, and by recently I mean within the last like 4 months, were needlepoint stores. They had huge thread selection, but they didn't have any cross-stitch selection because they focused on needlepoint, which is predominantly canvas and focuses on specialty stitches, and like it's a picture on a canvas that you cover with thread. For those of you who don't know what needlepoint is, look it up. It's really cool. Like, beautiful stuff. I'm a cross stitcher. I'm not a needlepointer. Like, it's just how it goes. But anyway, so we're walking around the store. I found a Mirabilia, y'all, that I want to do. And for those who have watched my channel, y'all know, like, not a huge Mirabilia fan, but I found one that I want to do for my sister. It is Lady Justice, and she's holding a scale and a sword, and she's blindfolded, and it's beautiful. And my sister wants to be a cop, so Lady Justice is a big thing. So I was thinking that I could do it for her, and it'd be really cute. And it's really, really pretty. It's a really pretty pattern, and I like hid it in the back, so that nobody sees it. Like nobody's gonna go through all of them. They didn't have the pattern that I originally wanted, the first Mirabilia that I really wanted to do, which is Garden Symphony or Garden Prelude or something like that. It's a beautiful woman playing the violin in like a garden setting. Kyle Reckenmeyer posted that on his Instagram, and I was like, okay, there's now a pattern I want to do by Mirabilia. Thank you. Um, so we're walking around the store and I see this sample. I'm gonna show you. Well, I'll show you the first sample I saw. So this is from a Cross-Eyed Cat Designs, who's apparently from Texas. She was in the Houston area. She's a computer whiz. All of this is coming from the owner slash manager of the store. I don't know. I didn't really ask her all that much. But she like gave me the history of this person who's apparently like a huge computer guru who's had like multiple companies vying for her skills and competing by like buying houses for her and all sorts of stuff. It was super interesting. I don't know how much of it is true. I don't. I was just listening and I'm just repeating what I was told. I think she was here in Houston and then a company in Austin bought her house and then bought her a new house, and then another company was like, well, we'll build you a house, and so they built her a house. It was a super interesting story. But anyway, so she designs cross-stitch patterns, and this is super cute. It says, a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. I know it's backwards, but I can't help that. And like, all of this is stitched. Well, minus the white. And it's super pretty. I see some interesting, I can't remember what that's called currently. I don't know. I really can't remember what it's called. But it's some sort of technique. Where you go and you split threads and then you wrap them. I really can't remember the name of it right now, and it's very, very popular. It's used in a lot of like old-fashioned samples. I'm sorry. Totally. Hardanger. Hardanger. It's right there, y'all. Hardanger. So there's the Hardanger there, but I think this is the alternative. If you don't want to do the Hardanger, I'm thinking I'm going to try the Hardanger just to give it a whirl. See how I like it. You know, buy a trash piece of fabric first and give it a try. But it's super pretty. The border's stitched in red. I think the sample that I saw, like all of this was stitched. And like an off-white color. I don't know. I can look at the pattern. Y'all can't see it, but I can. Now, the question is how much did y'all really miss me? Because Aaron told me. Aaron tattled on all of y'all, telling me that y'all missed me. Okay, so it's not stitched. Which is, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. So, don't look at the pattern. It looks like a lot of fun, actually. The Hardanger instructions are on here. I will let y'all know how easy they are to follow. I will actually, when I start this project, if I ever start this project, because you know me, monogamous stitcher and all, I'll let y'all know how easy the instructions are to follow. So there's the first one. Now, the second one, I really kind of like wanted for my aunt. Because so it's a labyrinth and not like Pan's Labyrinth or the labyrinth with the matador in it, but like a Christian labyrinth, which looks like this. And so the way it works is you start and you, like, there's a path you walk. Where does it start? Okay, so you start here, and I guess you walk in the green. And the whole point is that you walk this path, and it's supposed to help you meditate. And my aunt could probably give you a lot better, like, description of it than I could. But, so, I saw this and they had two. They had this one and they had the square one. And the square one was done in like, I think it was reds or blues. No, I think it was like oranges. And was super pretty. However, I really preferred the hexagon, and the reason being was because it was done in the gradient greens and the blue. And I like the shape. The shape is interesting, and then like the pattern, this was just super pretty. And so got this one too. And this one I plan on doing for my aunt because she loves labyrinths. I think she'd like it. I don't think I'd do it in a square frame though. I think I'd do it in like a round frame or a hexagon. Is this a hexagon? No, it's an octagon. Octagonal. It says it right there. Octagon. But do like an octagon frame. There was a frame shop that I saw on the north side. So, I mean, if I'm headed that way to go to the Stitch store, I should just drop it off and have it framed. But anyway, so that's really it. So if you were here for just the stitching and that was it, I'm done. You can leave. Bye. Have fun. Keep stitching. But if you're here for more of like a life update, I got some juicy news for y'all. I'm seeing somebody. That's all y'all get. I'm seeing somebody. No more. He's really nice. Y'all can know that. But that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So, started a new relationship, which is another reason I haven't been stitching very much, because I haven't been home very much. Because if I'm not at work, then I'm kind of out on a date. And that's what it is. Aaron has a lot more details. You're not allowed to go spread my business, Aaron. I'm say that now. Gidge, I know y'all have been talking. She told me do not bully her for information. But things are going good. The job is really taking a lot of time at this particular point in time because it's an hour there and an hour back, and I've been working 10-hour shifts, so that's 12 hours just altogether, which is a lot. So, apparently my aunt's going somewhere. No idea where. It's too early for dinner. She's probably taking my uncle somewhere. But anyway, sorry. And there's really no editing that's going into this. Like, I made that disclaimer before. I'm literally like gonna end this video soon, and then I'm just gonna upload it straight to Flosstube. Like, I have to go to bed early tonight. I need to go to the grocery store because I need to buy some more body wash, and I promised people at work that I would bring spring rolls on Monday, so I'm going to make a variety of spring rolls because I do homemade spring rolls, and take those to work tomorrow for my coworkers. That's kind of like a goodbye present because I'm really thinking that this is probably going to be my last week of training. So, I'm excited about it though. So, it's all good. It's been a lot of fun. I do love my job. I'm gonna get off my knees. Bet y'all won't hear that from me too often. But, so, it's, when I left the medical field to go back to waiting tables, I missed the medical field, and I forgot how much I missed it. Now, my feet constantly hurt because I'm on them all day long, but I honestly would not go back to waiting tables after working with patients again. I mean, if I absolutely had to, if I needed a job and I couldn't do anything but wait tables, I would wait tables for work, but I like, this is where I'm meant to be. So, nursing school. I'm still working on that. Still trying to get that. Oh, sorry, got distracted. Um, Still trying to achieve that goal right now. I am just trying to get situated in work, though, so I'm not actively like applying for anything right now. I'm not studying for any kind of test. Sorry, it's allergy season, y'all. So just basics right now, working on getting in the job. I gotta work on doing the night transition, which is really gonna be interesting because my plan for that is I'll take a couple of days off and just stay up late and then sleep during the day and take about 2 days to go from waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which I am not a morning person at all, period. Like, if I ever go to a retreat and y'all see me first thing in the morning, my advice to y'all is don't talk to me. I won't necessarily be rude, but I'm not going to be very welcoming either. Like, I set my alarm an hour before I need to be out of bed. That gives me an hour to get ready and out of the house. And then I have another hour to drive to work. And then a 4-block walk to try and fix my face so that I look like a happy, decent person. And by that point, I'm able to fake it till I make it. And what I mean by that is, they say when you're depressed, if you go out and interact with people, and when you interact with people, you try and act happy, it normally kind of helps bring you out of the mood. And so basically I go in and I'm like, hey, good morning, y'all, how's it going? And I don't feel that way, but slowly I start to feel more like a human being and less like a badger, because honey badger don't give no shits. And I basically start feeling more like a normal person. I don't know that working nights is going to make that any easier. I feel like it would. My aunt, on the other hand, told me that it doesn't really matter what time I wake up, that I am just not a wake up person, which I can see that too. So, like I said, what I'll be doing is staying up late, staying up until like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then sleeping during the day while no one's home, and my curtains will be closed so there is no natural light in my bedroom, because though I enjoy taking cat naps in the sun, trying to like get 8 hours of sleep with the sun in your eyes is just not gonna happen. And then that way I don't want to fall asleep on my shift, because during the interview they told me, if we catch you sleeping, you're going to get fired. And it's like, well, duh. I wouldn't expect to keep my job if I was sleeping on it. But apparently that's something they've had a problem with in the past. So I will work my darndest not to be tired. However, secure building, I'm not allowed to take my phone in it. So, I have no idea how I'm going to keep myself awake at, 4 o'clock in the morning with nothing to do. I don't know. Maybe I'll start taking books. Because you're allowed to have books. I just don't think they want scissors or needles or, secure facility. Okay. I really think that's it. Yeah. I really don't have much else going on. I'm excited to have money. I think my first, big purchase with the money is going to be an Omnic scroll frame. I really like their designs. I need something that will fit Plus Ultra, because I'm going to pull Plus Ultra out. This thing is massive. And I've been doing all of this stitch in hand. And Michelle Bendy, like, I give you props for that. And, like, you do this great rolling thing where you, like, roll it up. However, it's a mile long. And, like, trying to stitch it in my lap, like, the bottom half comes unrolled, and it just doesn't work for me. And so I think an Omnic frame is going to be in my future. And then, after I buy the Omnic frame, I'm, of course, going to have to buy a Lowry stand. So that, because Omnic frames just look so heavy. Um, so, I mean, but the Omnic frame is like the first big purchase. And then the Lowry stand will be the next paycheck. And then I have some tickets to the Renaissance Festival that I need to buy because my first weekend away with my new friend, boyfriend. I guess I can call him my boyfriend at this particular point in time. My new boyfriend will be the Renaissance Festival. We're planning on camping, so it should be interesting. It's weird. I have a boyfriend, y'all. He does know I do these channels, but that I have this Flosstube, and he even went and watched one, but he's like, I had no idea what you were talking about. And I was like, don't worry. I'm not going to expect you to watch them all. Like, that's just, my little hobby. It's what I do to help me relax, help relieve some stress. Don't feel like you're obligated to watch it. You never have to watch it again. You just wanted to know what I sounded like because this was before we had actually met, and that was the easiest way for you to hear my voice. I don't know why anybody would want to listen to me, but apparently people enjoy it. So, yeah. So, everything's awesome. It's weird. There are a couple of y'all that are like really want to like sit here and like have an in-depth conversation about like what's been going on with that. But it's a select few, and I really don't want it to be like general knowledge. Like, not everybody needs to be involved in my relationship. But there are a couple of you that I want to like sit down and have coffee with and tea with. Gidge and Michelle Bendy, Coffee Stitcher. Like, I really wish all of us lived like in the same general area because I would be like, okay, girls, we need to go to a coffee shop and sit down so that we can catch up. Because, boy, I got so much to tell y'all. And y'all would totally support the fact that, I haven't been stitching very much. And y'all make me feel okay about the fact that, I've been neglecting my stitching. And that I feel guilty that I didn't film last Sunday. But, whatever. I'm going to sneeze. Allergies. Screw this weather change. I'm so ready for the cooler weather, but the nose and the sinuses and the allergies, I'm not ready for that, y'all. Okay, I think I'm going to get off of here. It's almost 30 minutes in. I do need to keep this short because I have things that I have to go do. I miss all of y'all. I miss watching y'all. I miss hearing from y'all. I have tried to respond to all of my comments. BT dubs. I know there are a couple of you that I have not responded to. I plan on going to do that while this video is uploading, just so that I'm caught up with everything. But know that I do miss y'all. I have missed stitching. I've missed talking to y'all. Well, talking to myself, talking to y'all on the other side of your screen. Hi. But, I've missed watching everybody as well. I honestly, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I go to work, I work a 10-hour shift, I drive home, and if I'm not doing dinner on my way home with the guy I'm dating, I'm doing dinner at home, or I'm doing dinner with my aunt, and then I'm coming home, showering, and going to bed, and then I repeat it. So, I just haven't had time. But, we'll get it figured out. We'll get it worked out. My videos may change occasionally, the time that they're posted, because I have been informed that I have to work 1 weekend a month. So there will probably be at least 1 week where I either don't record or it's posted on another day. I'm working on figuring out my stitching schedule, so that's something that should be getting fixed shortly. I'm just trying to get regulated, y'all. Like, I'm trying to be real regular, but I got a lot going on. So, like, work with me. Work with me. And I will hopefully see y'all next Sunday. Well, y'all will see me next Sunday. I don't know that I'll see y'all next Sunday. I know I'll see Coffee Stitcher and Erica D House on Sunday, because they real regular like that. But, peace out. Keep stitching, y'all. And have a blessed week.